Let's talk about a feature that for some reason cannot be found in most project management software where it's needed the most, reporting. Look, I'm sure you guys have looked a little bit into reporting. If you're on a free version, great. You can see this completed that you see right here. Otherwise, you will not be able to see these others, which are on our paid plan. But let's talk about it. So I want you to understand what you do get if you move over to the paid plan with reporting. And don't think that's all because you know ClickUp, we're always going to be adding more. All right, let's dive in. So the first thing you can see is the completed, and this is really cool because you can see literally exactly what was completed. And again, I can also change the time frame like I can in most places in ClickUp. So if I want, let's look at like last week. And I can also take an exact look at what space I want to be in. So I can come here and I can kind of dive into exactly what I want to focus on. We'll keep it on everything just to make it simple for now. So let's go in, let's dive in and look at what Josh did right here. And I can see everything he worked on. I can see the lead time, meaning when he started working on it and then when he completed it. You can do the same thing here. So you can see exactly how long it took to finish these tasks. And you can just open up different names and click into it. And you can also click into the task if you'd like and see, again, exactly how long it took them to from start to finish, from when the task was created to when it was closed. Working on is great too, worked on. So now you can see exactly what someone worked on. If you want to kind of get a dive in and see what I did last week, you can do that by clicking on mine here. You can see what status they're in. You can see what I completed, what's still in progress. So you get a good idea of what I'm still working on and what I was actually doing last week to make sure that I should stay here, that you don't need to fire me for not doing any work. The next one, team points. This is something that's kind of controversial. A lot of people are like, no, never try to gamify project management. And look, we only want you to get credit for doing good work in our software. And I think we've come up with a cool way to really kind of dive in and look at that. So as you can see, Zeb, our CEO, just crushes us every week in this. But this is kind of how it works. This is really our ClickUp and how we use it. So I want you to see that we have tons of clear notifications, comments added. These are showing that you're doing a good job. If you're clearing your notifications, if you're adding comments, resolving comments, and in completing tasks, obviously you're doing a great job. And the more tasks you're working on, the better too. So this takes the sum of those and gives you points to see who's really doing the best. You know, who's really working the hardest and using the platform the most. And obviously some people are going to have tasks that just take a longer time. They don't need to comment as much, and we get that. But this is a cool way to just kind of gauge and see who's working hard. Who's behind, or as I like to call it, who's in trouble. So here you can see who's kind of getting behind on their work, who's overloaded, or who's just not really getting things done like they should. You can come here and you can see total unclear notifications. We have some people who don't like to clear them still. We got to work on that. And you can see how many overdue tasks someone has. So once that number gets high, it's definitely time to reach out to them and try to help them hone in and focus on what's overdue and make sure there's none that have blockers with our dependencies feature so you can knock that out as well. Time tracked, exactly like it sounds. You can look at tasks. You can see the time tracked for each task. And again, you can do this for per user by clicking on it. And then lastly, we have time estimated. So this is an awesome feature. And again, some people you're probably been paying for the service somewhere else, which you don't have to do if you're already paying for ClickUp. So here you can come in, you can see the time estimated versus the actual time tracked, as well as the time remaining. So I want you to keep in mind it's really good to kind of get an idea of how long you actually think tasks are going to take versus how long they actually take. And you can find that out in this part of the reporting here. Last thing I want you to keep in mind is that you can export this data at any time. So I want you to go ahead and take advantage of that. You can also set the different hours. You can do things like that as well. Just keep in mind anything you really want to do with ClickUp, we're going to be kind of advancing our reporting. So if you have any feedback at all, please go to feedback.clickup.com and let us know. Thanks. Have a great rest of your day.